What is going on, Movie Meals? We're a couple of Rocketman. Don't care about the baby face. It's been a while, but it's here. We're here to talk Rocketman because he's a baby face. Yeah, I put that two together. I don't know. Anyway, I saw it a couple days ago. Kyle finally saw it today, so we're here to review it. Tons of reviews got up on the channel. Again, if you want to see why we've been behind on things, go watch the Aladdin review. I'm going to say that right now. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Now let's get into it. Kyle, what are your positives, non-spoiler review of Rocketman?
The positives of this movie is that it's fantastic. It's such a great biopic that details about Elton John and his growing up and how he kind of became such a big, huge superstar, but at the same time shows the downfalls of being a superstar. And it is told, with similar story beats of, most biopics, but it does it with a new kind of energy and new kind of freshness. It feels almost like it's living in a fantasy, but like a dark, twisted fantasy of some kind, which I really appreciate. The songs of Elton John's career were incorporated into his story as well to tell how he's feeling, to tell the emotions that he went through, and I really appreciated that too. And the energy is first and foremost being done by not only Dexter Fletcher, who's the director of this and was also helping direct Bohemian Rhapsody, but also from Taron Egerton, who just blows me away.
Took over the end of Bohemian Rhapsody.
He took over the end, exactly. But Taron Egerton completely takes over this movie. He does such a fantastic job at portraying Elton John. I was feeling every single emotion that he was going through. I was loving every single second of him on screen. He was giving a performance that might be like one of the best performances of his career, but he's still so young that we're going to be able to see so much more from him. Like, I already loved him so much in Kingsman, but this just proves that he is a star, that he is an actor's actor, and that he's going to be around for a long time, and I deeply appreciate watching that. I really hope at the end of the year we remember this performance come awards time, because I really do think he is that terrific in it. It is such a breath of fresh air to just see a biopic that just has, like, it tells a really dark story about a man who was going through a tortured life, but also in such a more uplifting, or at least just with a movie that has more energy to itself, and I really dug that.
Yeah, I'm terrified. I don't think it's going to get the love at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Not just because of where it was placed. I think a lot of people are comparing it to Bohemian Rhapsody a little too much.
Sure.
Personally, I love Bohemian Rhapsody. I liked this more than Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah. It comes down to all the actors. We're talking Taron Egerton was fantastic. Obviously, you brought up Kingsman. He's even great in those small movies like Eddie the Eagle. The 20 minutes of Robin Hood I saw, he was fine in a bad movie. Saw 20 minutes on the cable. That still exists. Yeah, cable.
On the cable, huh? Right.
It's fantastic. It feels like it's told through the way Elton remembers it. Like, that's what it feels like. The magic is in there. It's Bohemian Rhapsody meets any other musical. It's more of a musical. It doesn't advertise it like that, and I think you should go in knowing that. Because, Bohemian Rhapsody is more of a concert film. This is really more of a musical and a drama, and I really, really dug that. It was a great spin on it, you're right. The acting is superb all around, to Taron Egerton, to Richard Madden, to Jamie Bell, to all the other supporting cast members. Bryce Dallas Howard killed it!
She does a very good job.
She was so fantastic, and she's going to be directing a couple episodes or two of The Mandalorian.
I heard about that.
So,
good for her. That's awesome.
Hopefully she's a big fan. Don't ruin it for me. Anyway, always back to Star Wars. Anyway, let's get back to it. Yeah, the songs are great. It did take a second to kind of be like, all right, we're looking at this is not Elton's voice. This is Taron's voice. I have to get used to it. It took me, maybe half of the first song to kind of say, oh, that's right. He's doing all his own singing. And then you're into it because he's got a fantastic voice and he really, really delivers on all fronts. To me, personally, he is my front runner for the Oscar right now. It's him or Robert Downey Jr. in Endgame. Those are the top two right now for me that are stealing the show. I mean, we got a long time till award season. There's a lot of movies to come out since then. There's always 800 movies I never even heard of that surprised me that I dominate. Last year I personally thought it was a weak year for the Oscars. I thought across the board, I didn't think there was a lot of memorable all-time great performances. Rami, the best of all of them. I agree with that. But I think Taron should be in the conversation to be nominated, possibly win once we see everything else, because he was just that good. Even a Richard Madden in a supporting role I thought was so good. Or a Jamie Bell. I really dug this movie from start to finish. And yeah, Kyle, any negatives?
Just some timeline issues for me. I wouldn't mind the movie letting us know like what points in time or certain events happening. Just because for a more narrative structure anyway, I think that just would have helped the audience be like, oh yeah, that was at this time. Now I know exactly how long time has passed from one scene to another. It didn't bother me too much, but I feel like that could have been something to help this movie out a bit narratively. And maybe there's some events I would have liked to see be looked at a bit more deeper, or maybe there were some things I spent too much time on, but honestly it didn't really matter that much to me because I got the events and how important these situations were because of the actors, especially from Taron Egerton. Their performances were just so good that I was fine with some things maybe taking too long diving into, or some things maybe not as much, because their acting was just so superb and was telling the story for me that I was invested throughout the whole time. So I see those that could be issues, but honestly, this movie is just so great to me that it doesn't have an issue with me too badly.
I didn't have a timeline issue at all. I thought the way it was edited in that sense, I really, really loved. I actually thought the editing stood out in this movie.
Yeah.
The only problem I had is I thought it was maybe a little tad bit too long. I thought we could have tightened up a couple of little scenes, or maybe taken out a scene that I just thought was okay, and we could have expanded on the scenes I really wanted to. I could have seen more of. Or characters I thought we could have used a little more of. So, but that's a real small nitpick for me. I'm with you. I love this movie from start to finish. I want to see it again. I've been listening to, working out on, I've been listening to Elton and then Taron, because that soundtrack's so good. He's so good. And it really is a fantastic movie through and through. And that's really the only issue I had, because I thought just about all of it was fantastic.
Really, though.
Any other final thoughts?
I hope people do check this one out. I'm not asking for Bohemian Rhapsody numbers, but I would like to see people give this a shot.
It's made some money. It's
Yeah,
getting there.
for sure.
It'll make good money, I think. But I was looking at the box office earlier today, and I think it's not getting those Bohemian Rhapsody numbers. Because
No,
Bohemian Rhapsody shocked everybody when it came out, and it's a bummer because it really is good.
Yeah. So just at least try and give this one a chance. I know that there's a lot of movies coming out right now, but
They're so long.
yeah, it's a competitive time right now, especially because summer just started. But at least try and go to the theater, check this one out. I really don't think people will be disappointed.
I'm too conflicted. I want Endgame to pass Avatar, so I want to go see that, but also go see Booksmart. It's so good.
Yeah.
Brightburn was a fun horror film. Rocketman needs
Detective
more love.
Pikachu is a good time.
Detective Pikachu is fantastic.
It's a good time.
I really did dig this movie through and through, and I really, a lot of people are just saying, oh, they're just going off of Bohemian Rhapsody's success. They were filming this when they were filming Bohemian Rhapsody. That's how cinema and Hollywood works.
Things
people
happen at
pay
once.
attention to the news, because we knew both these movies were being shot at the same time. One just happened to finish earlier and get out quicker. But please go see it. We can't say enough more, guys. Remember, again, like, subscribe, comment, share, and as always, thanks for watching, Mom.
See you guys.